Thanks. New tonight, a Milwaukee-born filmmaker is shining a light on the disparities the Black community is facing because of COVID-19.
It's called Milwaukee in Pain, and as SHAUN Gallagher found out, the impacts of the virus go a lot deeper than just health.
Filmmaker THEO Rogers grew up on the north side of Milwaukee, and when he saw how African Americans like him were being disproportionately impacted by the coronavirus, he grabbed his camera to help find a solution.
My mother died, my grandmother died, my uncle died.
Milwaukee in Pain addresses how COVID-19 is amplifying the systemic issues facing the African American community.
I wanted to get to the nitty-gritty of the story, and a lot of these issues come from, poverty. A lot of these issues come from lack of education. A lot of these issues come from health, from mental health, and different things of that nature.
It was very trying, emotionally, mentally, physically, but it's something I really can't even describe.
ADRIENNE LATHAN is a COVID-19 survivor. She spent about a week in the hospital in March. Unfortunately, her father passed away just 4 days after she was released and tested positive for COVID-19 himself. Despite only making up less than 30% of the Milwaukee County population, Black Milwaukeeans make up 40% of the deaths.
When I saw the numbers, I was a little shocked, but I was also worried. A lot of the other people who have fallen victim to it, accessibility to adequate health care, that plays a big part for them.
We need to make sure that we're doing more. And one of the other things that we just highlighted is just the misinformation that was shared around this pandemic.
Representative David BOWEN also recovered from coronavirus. He worries about how the pandemic will impact people of color beyond just their health.
Not only are you losing people, but you're losing your job, you're losing your source of income, you're losing your morale.
As our communities have been dealing with an economy that has been harder on us to have access to living wage jobs and jobs where you don't have to come in contact with the public.
Those economic hardships can lead to gaps in things like home ownership and education. Representative BOWEN says it's up to people like him to make that change.
It's about making decisions that will reduce poverty, that will expand health care, that will invest in communities and families so that they can build their legacies right here in Milwaukee as well.
A legacy is what Rogers hopes his documentary can help cement for Black Milwaukeeans, because he says this is going to be remembered in history books, and we're living it.
We're going to look back at this time and say, we should have done different. We should have protected ourselves, and that's the whole reason for the movie.
Rogers says the film should be released soon, but they already have the resources on their website to help with Black businesses and those facing healthcare disparities. We'll have that information on our website at tmj4.com. Just look for this story. In Milwaukee, SHAUN Gallagher, TMJ4 News.